There's a lot of comments on one of my videos on negotiating. So I want to do a couple of tips on negotiating. The first tip I have for you guys is every time I'm involved in a real estate negotiation, I divide all the parties, divide and conquer. Not the other side, my side. So whenever I was an agent and I would be representing a seller or a buyer, I would take all the different personalities. Let's say it would be a husband and a wife or partners that were purchasing a property or selling a property. I would go ahead and make three fictitious personalities. So I would be one of those personalities. Doesn't have actually have to be my own personality. I would take, say, a wife's personality, and then I would take the husband's personality. And every time negotiating wasn't going my way, while I was operating under whatever personality, fictitious personality I had assigned, let's say for myself. So I would say, hey, I'm not going to let my clients, pay for that, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. This property just isn't right, for them, not at that price. But I could always basically, if it wasn't going my way, I could always quickly switch personalities and say, oh, well, the husband is saying this and the husband is demanding this. So anytime personality A wasn't going my way, I would switch to the other party, the other fictitious personality that I had assigned to somebody else. And I would just kind of jump from one personality to the other to the other. So I would now be negotiating as if the husband is telling me what to do and he wants this and he wants that. Now, when that starts to fail, I could jump right out and say, well, the wife wants this. So I can kind of jump back and forth. So that's one of the negotiating tips that I have for you guys, something I always found kind of successful. And it always gives you an out. Again, I mean, anytime you always need an exit strategy. Always, always, always. And when things are not going your way, how are you going to get out of it? How are you going to kind of back out? And this always gave me a way to get back out. I would always be able to speak for myself or, from whatever these fictitious personalities I had created. And when it wasn't going my way, when I was losing ground, I would just jump out and assume a different personality. All right, this is Joe White, doing my best to answer your real estate investing questions, and good luck with your negotiating.